This woman is a true hero to me. She's running for president this year under the Green Party. I have so much love and respect for her, and I wish people would get behind her so much more. She is the only non-level candidate right now in this election, and I just want everybody to give a huge standing ovation for Cynthia McKinney.
To know that I might not be so eloquent tonight because I'm suffering from a severe case of outrage. Watching that film and the other films that have been done on the plight of the first responders. I think the 535 members of Congress kind of got it wrong. Because, you know, they should be leaping not only to co-sponsor this legislation, but to get it passed. And the power of a United States Senator, I've seen it in action. When senators don't like something, they use something called a hold or a filibuster. And so, honestly, while the legislation is extremely important, this should have been passed in the appropriations bill years ago. First responders and their families and their supporters shouldn't have to go traipsing up to Washington. Washington should be down here. that they have a revolutionary government that truly represents the interests of the people. We can celebrate that the people were willing to learn their constitution in Venezuela and then vote their values. We can celebrate that even in Paraguay right now, a liberation theology former Catholic priest is about to take the reins of the presidency through the power of the vote. But yet in this country, while the world isn't waiting for us, the world expects more of us. And we can deliver it. And it doesn't take not even 1/10 of the courage that the first responders showed when they answered the call. And now they wait for this country to answer their call. All it takes for us to have the same kind of reality is for us to step outside of the matrix that they have created for us, this matrix of fear. Honestly, I can tell you without reservation, I've been throughout this country now, and I've been in a whole lot of airports. And me undressing for TSA at the airport does not enhance my security, and it certainly doesn't protect me, and it doesn't have a darn thing to do about 911. Warned us to beware the false patriots who wrap themselves in the flag and usurp the very values of this country. That's what we have now. False patriots who take impeachment off the table, who continue to fund war and occupation, who neglect the effect of the rollback on civil liberties in this country and think that the Constitution is just a gosh darn piece of paper. Those are the false patriots, and in this room are the true patriots. I would say is this: that young man, Luke, I'm going to call you my congressman. What I saw in Denver. Now, I was moved almost to tears because my family was involved in the civil rights movement, and in Decatur, Alabama, we faced the Klan, and we had the National Guard in between us, and I was, somewhat young and impressionable, and perhaps could have been full of fear as well. But I recognized that there was a very strong, courageous lineage that had preceded me, and so I didn't deserve to have any fear inside of me. But what I witnessed in Denver took me back to the images that I saw during the civil rights days of these